Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 2nd of January 2025 and Happy New Year wherever you're listening from. Now we have quite a lot of cover cars in the world of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies and even artificial intelligence, and there is a really interesting report that is published by Franklin Templeton, and that report is called as Crypto Outlook for 2025. So what I'll do guys in today's episode, I'll go ahead and read out some really interesting numbers, but look guys, in my honest opinion, I'm pretty much sure they have vested interest in this, isn't it? A lot of these tech giants guys, they are heavily invested in this project and they are the ones who go ahead and publish this report. And not only tech giants guys, historically speaking and based on my experience, even the big four firms have put out really bold reports, and to be honest guys, none of the predictions have turned out to be true. But nonetheless guys, in today's episode, I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on the Crypto Outlook by Franklin Templeton. Now what they've actually said, which I like, is regarding Bitcoin Reserve, and they're actually stating that in 2025, a lot of the companies will be buying Bitcoin and they will be putting it as a reserve. And look, as if thing happens, it just means one thing, that the price of Bitcoin will definitely be heading towards the moon, isn't it? Now, unfortunately, guys, if you look at the price of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market, the market is looking red right now and definitely not the start we wanted for 2025. But let's see guys, as and when we get closer to the date when President Donald Trump is sworn in, what kind of an impact will have on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now regarding Bitcoin guys, we do have another interesting news, and this is to do with an AI-based education tech company, and this company is called as Genius Group. And guess what guys, they have purchased $10 million worth of Bitcoin, and their Bitcoin holdings is now at 319.4 Bitcoin. So look guys, a lot of smaller companies also doing what Franklin Templeton is saying. Now I'm really curious to check guys, if any of the first world countries goes ahead and buys Bitcoin, and more importantly guys, I am curious to check when the announcement is made. Now in the world of Bitcoin guys, you definitely need to check out Simon Dixon, and he's been talking about Bitcoin even before Bitcoin was created. And if you actually listen to his interviews and even his live session via LinkedIn as well as Twitter or X Spaces, he has been saying this since the last 6 months, that pretty soon there'll be one first world country who will go ahead and make an announcement that they are buying Bitcoin and putting it as a reserve, and that, to be honest guys, will definitely trigger the price of Bitcoin in my opinion. So let's see if 2025 has that announcement. Now there are rumors circulating right now that Switzerland or maybe Germany might be one of the countries to go ahead and do that. Only time will tell, because at this point of time it is just rumors, isn't it? But nonetheless guys, I'll definitely go ahead and update you on my Blockchain DXB podcast. Now all the way from China guys, we do have some not so positive news. And China's new rules guys will require the banks to monitor and report risky activities, and this includes cryptocurrency trades as well. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. Now the final news guys is kind of like a positive news, but only for the country of United States of America. And the IRS, that is Internal Revenue Services, they have put out an official document that does actually outline temporary relief measures for the taxpayers, particularly those handling digital asset with brokers from 1st of January to the 31st of December 2025. So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. Now could it be possible that other countries will try to replicate something similar? I really am not sure, to be honest, because in UK guys, the Financial Conduct Authority, they are making it much difficult for citizens of England to go ahead and deal with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency transactions. So let's see guys, with President Donald Trump getting re-elected, if other presidents and prime ministers do follow a similar pursuit. And rather than being detractors guys, I'm hoping they turn out to be advocates for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So quite a lot of cover guys in today's episode, and like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date series, we will be looking at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys is regarding Russell Kema DAO, that is Digital Asset Oasis. They have a strategic partnership with India Blockchain Alliance, so I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. Now me personally guys, I'm not a fan of alliances, because usually what happens is, these alliances or foundations, they directly or indirectly have a centralized decision-making power. But in this case guys, I'm hoping that they do not make some centralized decisions, because look, when you have a centralized entity directly or indirectly in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, they can influence the price movement as well as future development of blockchain protocols. But nonetheless guys, I'll go ahead and explain what this news is all about. Now the second news guys is more of a report regarding Saudi Arabia. And the report and article actually states that Saudi investment startup, they have shifted the focus to artificial intelligence, and this news is more to do with enterprise software as well as small medium establishments. So I'll definitely go ahead and share more information regarding this. Now look guys, based on my opinion, Saudi Arabia is definitely turning out to be the leader in the artificial intelligence space. And apart from that guys, the Emirate of Abu Dhabi has definitely been making quite a lot of news as well. So let's see guys what 2025 has in store for us. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now as of 2nd of January 2025 guys, if you look at the market sentiment, today it is at neutral, but I'm hoping guys over the next coming days, this market sentiment edges towards greed, it would mean that people are greedy about buying Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. But look guys, what happens in the first month of every year? A lot of the debts are being paid, and usually guys in December people get a lot of bonuses, isn't it? And a lot of the bonuses and incentives are utilized to go out and buy Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And what happens in the month of January guys, when people have taken out loans or credit cards, they start to pay them off as well. And these news guys unfortunately pulls down the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So let's see which direction the market reacts in the month of January. Now if you look at the market today guys, the global cryptocurrency market is at $3.29 trillion, and since the last 24 hours it is down by 0.72%. And if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume guys, it is at $85.07 billion. Now you need to understand guys that I'm looking at this number in the early hours of the buy, and technically it is still the 1st of January in most of the Western countries. And is that the reason why the volume is low? At least that is what I'm hoping for, because since the last 24 hours guys, the total cryptocurrency market volume is down by 36.26%. Now if you look at the volume in DeFi guys, unfortunately the number is not looking that great. It is down to $6.58 billion, and decentralized finance as of today is accounting for 7.74% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And if you look at the total value locked guys, it is a little shy of the $120 billion mark. It is at $119.99 billion, with Lido still dominating at $32.27 billion, and one matrix guys which I'm lacking even in 2025, that is the decentralized exchange, and today it is at 39.26%. Now let me quickly run to the volume of decentralized exchanges guys, because I really am lacking the number of Uniswap, and its 24-hour volume is $3.24 billion. PancakeSwap is at number 2nd, and its 24-hour volume is $2.47 billion. Radium guys is pushed back to number 3rd, and its 24-hour volume is $1.92 billion. Aerodrome is at number 4th, and its 24-hour volume is $1.17 billion. Now at number 5th guys, looks like we have a new exchange, that is called as Curve Finance, and its 24-hour volume is $674.18 million. Now look guys, if you look at this number and compare it with the volume of stable coins, looks like a lot of transactions are actually taking place in decentralized exchanges. Cause truth be told guys, I'm not content with the volume of stable coins. It has definitely gone down, and it has gone down by almost 40 to 50% in comparison with the last few days. And in comparison to the month of November and the first few weeks of December guys, the volume of stable coins is almost 1/3 of it. And that gives us an indication guys in which direction the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies would be heading towards. Now based on the number guys, looks like a lot of transactions are actually taking place in decentralized exchanges. Now could it be possible a lot of centralized exchanges are using decentralized exchanges? Based on my understanding, that is what it looks like, cause look, the volume of stable coins hasn't increased, and unfortunately guys, this also means a lot of people are actually selling their Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies onto fiat currencies, and they are not converting it into stable coins. Let's see guys if the matrix shows completely different in the next following days. And over the weekend guys, I really am hoping the volume of stable coins is well over the $100 billion mark. If the volume of stable coins is, let's say, around the $120 billion mark guys, this would mean that next week the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be pumping up. Cause look guys, in the month of January, there are 3 critical dates that we need to keep an eye on. The first one is the CPI numbers, or the inflation number. The second and probably the most important one is the FOMC meeting, and Federal Chair Jerome Powell's decision to keep the interest rate, reduce the interest rate, or increase the interest rate will definitely have a massive impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And that is exactly what happened towards the end of December, isn't it? And finally guys, with President-elect Donald Trump getting sworn in, I'm pretty much sure that particular news will be impacting the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as well. Now if you look at the volume of stable coins, as I mentioned a few seconds ago, the numbers are kind of disappointing, and the 24-hour volume is only at $77.07 billion, and stable coins guys as of today is accounting for 90.61% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume, and out of the $77.09 billion guys, Tether USDT is accounting for $67.79 billion, Circle USDC is at $4.79 billion, and finally FDUSD is at number 3rd, and its 24-hour volume is $3.92 billion. Now let me quickly run to the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now unfortunately guys, Bitcoin's market cap is down to $1.86 trillion. Now I was under the impression after the FOMC announcement there could have been a very high possibility for the market cap of Bitcoin to cross the $2.5 trillion mark, but it looks like the market has reacted more to fake news mainstream media, and unfortunately guys, the prices of Bitcoin has gone down, and along with that the market cap has gone down as well. And if you look at Ethereum's market cap guys, I wouldn't be surprised if it actually goes below the $400 billion mark once again, because right now it is at $402 billion. And if you look at the 24-hour trading volume guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is only at $24.56 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $14.30 billion. Now if you look at the dominance of Bitcoin, it is marginally pumped up since the last 24 hours, and today it is at 56.55%, whereas Ethereum's dominance has gone down, and it is currently at 12.20%. Now what I want to do next guys is, I want to look at the market cap of DeFi protocols, because when you talk about DeFi guys, this is decentralized physical infrastructure, and this is more connected to artificial intelligence. And one of the narratives which is building up is regarding merger of blockchain technology and artificial intelligence. And when you talk about DeFi guys, this is merging perfectly well with blockchain and artificial intelligence. Now me personally guys, I don't think that artificial intelligence needs blockchain technology, and pretty soon I'll be having interviews with CEO and tech founders where the topic of discussion is if blockchain technology needs artificial intelligence, or does artificial intelligence need blockchain technology. Now if you know of any good speaker guys, ask them to contact me on info@blockchaindxb.com. Now regarding the market cap of DeFi protocols guys, ICPO Internet Computer Protocol is at number 1, and its market cap is at $4.87 billion. Render is at number 2nd, and its market cap is at $3.56 billion. Bitensor guys is at number 3rd, and its market cap is at $3.30 billion. Now based on my understanding guys, Bitensor is trying to be the Ethereum in the artificial intelligence world, but look guys, I very strongly feel that artificial intelligence will work better if it is managed by a centralized entity, and based on my honest experience guys, a lot of artificial intelligence is politically aligned, and they are more extreme left-leaning, but there is a simple solution for that, and the simple solution is that the source code should be completely open source, and that, to be honest guys, solves most of the problem that blockchain technology aims to solve. And that is exactly what Elon Musk has done with XAI. And these are topics guys I'll be discussing when I'll be having a session on does blockchain technology need artificial intelligence, or does artificial intelligence need blockchain technology. Now if you look at number 4 so far DeFi protocols is concerned is Filecoin, and its market cap is at $3.12 billion. At number 5th is Fetch.ai, and its market cap is at $3.08 billion. Now guys, let's go ahead and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And unfortunately guys, the price of Bitcoin is far below the $100,000 mark. It is down to $93,692. And if you look at the prices of cryptocurrencies via CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko guys, the numbers are looking red, isn't it? And that is something you don't want to see at the start of this year. But nonetheless guys, if you look at the price of Bitcoin, since the last 24 hours it is down by 1.05%, and since the last 7 days it is down by 4.46%. Ethereum is down by $3,322. Since the last 24 hours it is down by 2.19%, and since the last 7 days it is down by 3.70%. Surprisingly guys, XRP or Ripple is pumped up, and since the last 24 hours it is up by 5.01%, and the price of XRP is at $2.22. But since the last 7 days it is down by 2.48%. Now regarding Ripple stablecoin, that is RLUSD guys, I really am curious to check what the market cap is. And look guys, I'm going to make a really honest and bold prediction. If the market cap of Ripple or XRP stablecoin, that is RLUSD, is about $10 billion mark, I do feel that they would give a really heavy competition to Tether USDT. And look guys, so far as MiCA's regulation is concerned, Tether is not complying with them, isn't it? And Ripple's RLUSD as well as Circle USDC, they are being more compliant. So at a macro level guys, I wouldn't be surprised if Ripple's RLUSD and Circle USDC do actually take a competitive lead. So if you do have any information regarding Ripple's RLUSD's market cap guys, mention them in the comments below. Now look guys, in 2025, a lot of narrative will be built regarding Bitcoin Reserve and Franklin Templeton guys, and their digital asset department, that is Franklin Templeton Digital Assets, they have provided a report, and the report is called as 2025 Crypto Outlook, and they are actually predicting significant advancement in the cryptocurrency space, and this will be driven by regulatory clarity, institutional adoption, and technological innovation. So what I want to do is guys, I just want to go ahead and highlight some of the key points, and there are 5 of them I want to talk about. And the first one is regarding regulatory development in the United States of America. and the report talks about things such as crypto ETFs and stablecoin framework. And according to the report, guys, they very strongly feel with President Donald Trump getting re-elected, United States of America will be the leader in crypto innovation, and I definitely agree to them as well. Now the second point is regarding Bitcoin, guys, and what that report states, that Bitcoin will solidify as a global financial asset, and according to the report, guys, nations will be adding it to the strategic reserve. This, to be honest, guys, will be an absolute massive deal, isn't it? And the report also talks about companies, guys, that will be buying Bitcoin and putting it as a strategic reserve. So let's see, guys, if this report turns out to be true. Now the third thing the report touches base is regarding decentralized finance, and the Crypto Outlook 2025 report states that DeFi will expand to tokenized products and the adoption of stablecoins. And regarding artificial intelligence, guys, that is the fourth point, and the report talks about AI and blockchain integration will accelerate, enabling automation in transaction and portfolio management. Now in the debate I plan to have, guys, I will definitely be touching base on automated payments. Do you require blockchain technology for this, or can machine learning handle that? And that is definitely a niche area I want to go ahead and discuss with some of the speakers. Now the fifth and final point regarding the report is that the report talks about the shift from circulation to utility, and this shift will make crypto integral to global financial and operations system. And look, guys, based on the report, 2025 is projected as a transformative year for the cryptocurrency industry. Now if you're wondering if you're relatively late in the space, guys, the only thing I can say is that we are still in the earlier stages, so only time will tell, guys, if the report turns out to be true. But look, guys, based on my experience, I've read so many such reports, and one report which I often tend to go back on is a report by PwC, and the report was published in 2016, guys. And the report actually said that in 5 years, all the supply chain management will be working on blockchain technology. And based on the report, guys, they were saying that only supply chain management in blockchain technology will be worth around $5 trillion. We are nowhere even close to that, isn't it? So we always need to look at these reports with a pinch of salt based on my opinion. But look, guys, regarding Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, the next news is regarding an AI-based education company called as Genius Group. And guess what, guys? They have purchased $10 million worth of Bitcoin, and right now the Bitcoin holdings is at 319.4 Bitcoin. And looks like the company is committed to Bitcoin first strategy, and their buying does not end here, guys. The company also plans to invest 90% or more of its reserve into Bitcoin, and they are targeting a figure of $120 million initially. And the CEO of Genius Group, that is Roger Hamilton, has highlighted the rapid progress, and they have achieved this milestone within 2 months of the adoption of the strategy. And if you need more information, guys, this particular news is published via bitcoin.com, and the link to that is in the show notes below. But look, guys, not all companies and countries are advocates of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. China and India, guys, they've always had love and hate relationship, isn't it? Now regarding China, they have come up with new forex rules, and looks like they don't want to encourage people in cryptocurrency transaction. And China's State Administration of Foreign Exchange, they have introduced new forex rules that will require banks to tighten scrutiny on cryptocurrency related trades, and banks must monitor and report risky activities, including underground banking, cross-border gambling, and illegal financial activities that involve cryptocurrencies. Now the rule also mandates tracking based on factors like identities, funding sources, and trading frequency, with risk control measures to limit service to high-risk entities. This, to be honest, guys, will detract a lot of traders in the region, isn't it? Now these regulations, guys, do actually reflect China's ongoing crackdown on cryptocurrencies, because they see it as a threat to financial stability. Now regarding this new rule, guys, the new rule provides a legal basis for penalizing crypto trading and make it harder to bypass forex regulations through digital assets. And this news, guys, aligns with China's long-standing restrictive stance, which began going back to the ICO era in 2017, and their banning intensified in 2021 with prohibitions on crypto mining and trading. Now look, guys, based on my experience, China always has a love-hate relationship with cryptocurrencies. Sometimes they advocate for blockchain technology, and all of a sudden they outright put a ban on mining. But look, guys, if you look at the miners, most of them are from Chinese origin, isn't it? So I'm not sure, guys, if they are putting out a different narrative in the media, and behind closed doors, they are trying to benefit most from cryptocurrencies. But nonetheless, guys, looks like China and India are the only countries who tend to have a love-hate relationship with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now regarding United States of America, guys, there is some positive news, and it is more of a temporary relief in my opinion. And the United States of America's IRS, that is Internal Revenue Services, guys, they have put out a document, and that document outlines temporary relief measures for taxpayers handling digital assets with brokers from the 1st of January to the 31st of December 2025. And check this out, guys. During this period, taxpayers can identify methods to identify which digital assets units are sold or transferred, including using records like purchase dates and standing orders, and the relief cards addresses situations where brokers lack the technology to process specific instructions. And based on the document, guys, Safe Harbor rules under Rev.Proc 2024-2028 also apply, but the measures are only valid during the relief period and not beyond. Now, based on my understanding, guys, this ensures compliance flexibility while brokers update the system. Now look, as if you're an American, what I'd really recommend you to do is, the head of Tax for Coin Tracker, he has put out a series of tweets via X, so please feel free to follow him and maybe ask him for advice, because in one of the posts he actually said, based on this announcement, you won't have to be locked into FIFO that is first in first out as before, and along with them, guys, other tax consultants have also put out a statement, and generally speaking, guys, this is kind of like a positive news, but it is more of a temporary relief. But listen, guys, the official document by the IRS is in the show notes below, and what you can also do is, guys, take down the PDF, put it into ChatGPT or Grok, and ask ChatGPT to summarize it, and in case if you do have any questions, maybe you can ask artificial intelligence as well. That is something definitely what I would do in my honest opinion. So these were the newscasts on the cryptocurrency, blockchain and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first newscast is regarding UAE's Russell Khema DAO and Indian Blockchain Alliance, and they have formed a strategic partnership, and their aim is to advance regional blockchain ecosystem. So let me go ahead and share more information regarding this. Now Russell Khema DAO, guys, it is the world's first free zone with common law features, which is dedicated to digital asset companies, and IBA, that is India's Blockchain Alliance, is the leading blockchain advocacy organization, and their role is to promote blockchain adoption and development. Now this partnership, guys, supports Russell Khema DAO's mission to attract global talent, foster innovation and accelerate blockchain integration, and they aim to position Russell Khema as a global leader in blockchain innovation, and their focus is on creating an interconnected, talent-driven blockchain ecosystem across UAE and India. Now because of this partnership, guys, Indian companies will be able to get cross-border access, and Indian blockchain companies can gain seamless entry into UAE market via Russell Khema DAO, and UAE-based companies can benefit from Indian Blockchain Alliance's extensive network in India's blockchain industry. Now this collaboration, guys, fosters innovation and entrepreneurship in blockchain technology, and so far as this partnership is concerned, the aim is to enhance scalability and efficiency of decentralized technologies, and they are emphasizing on mutual support and shared expertise to drive blockchain transformative potential. And Dr. Samir Al-Ansari is the CEO of Russell Khema DAO, as well as Raj Kapoor, who is heading Indian Blockchain Alliance. They highlighted partnership's potential to advance blockchain technology. Now this particular partnership, guys, creates a bridge for business to access new markets and scale globally, and this partnership supports startup and innovation across both regions, and this definitely elevates global recognition for blockchain ability to solve complex challenges. Now regarding UAE's vision, guys, this partnership aligns with UAE's goal to become a leading blockchain technology hub, and it does make both the region future-ready ecosystem, isn't it? And this partnership is focusing on attracting top talent and building pathways for blockchain advancements, and this partnership, guys, is expected to catalyze meaningful advancement in blockchain across industries. Now look, guys, when you talk about this partnership as such, I'm kind of content with this partnership, but when you talk about alliances, foundations, or even associations, as long as they don't directly or indirectly control any projects, that would be a win-win solution. But based on my experience, guys, a lot of these foundations and alliances, they tend to have a very strong centralized decision making, and they directly or indirectly impact the projects and protocols as well. And who's to say, guys, they might be forcing some companies to follow HD protocols as well. But apart from that, guys, this news is positive not just for the Emirate of Russell Khema, it is definitely a positive move for the United Arab Emirates as well as India as well. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss a really interesting article and report that talks about Saudi startup investment as they have shifted the focus on artificial intelligence, and this report talks about enterprise software as well as SMEs. So let me go ahead and break down this news, because this particular newscast was actually published by ArabNews.com. And what this news states is that Saudi Arabia's startup ecosystem is gaining a lot of momentum, and this momentum is supported by government-backed initiative and investor interest. Now, fintech still remains a primary focus at this point of time, but emerging sectors like artificial intelligence, enterprise software, and SME investment are drawing a lot of attention. Now, look, as in Saudi Arabia, they have Vision 2030, isn't it? and Vision 2030 aims to reduce the country's dependence on oil, and they want to position Saudi Arabia as a regional innovation hub, and the goal, guys, is to have 525 fintech companies by 2030, as this will fuel the sector's growth. And in 2023, guys, Saudi Arabia captured 58% of fintech venture capital in the MENA region, and notable fintech moves included the acquisition of Tweak by Tabby and the launch of Samsung Pay as well. Now, Vision 2030, guys, is channeled into long-term growth sectors, including fintech, logistics, and healthcare as well. And the fintech sector's growth, guys, is driven by gaps in traditional financial services, and market consolidation is also expected, with smaller fintech firms potentially being acquired by larger ones. And so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, AI is becoming a major growth area, and there have been so many partnerships recently, and one of the well-known partnerships is the Saudi Data and Artificial Intelligence Authority with NVIDIA. And look, Saudi Arabia aims to become a top 15 global AI leader by 2030, with investment in skilled workforce development, and startups are expected to integrate AI into their day-to-day business operations rather than invest in large-scale AI infrastructure. And investor attention, guys, is shifting towards enterprise systems, with service as a solution companies emerging in the region. And so far, scaling service as a solution enterprise business in Saudi Arabia is concerned, the report acknowledges that it can be challenging due to a limited number of large companies. And regarding oil and gas sector, guys, it poses challenges for startups due to complex regulations and high capital requirement. Now, despite these barriers, guys, energy tech startups are finding opportunities in digital transformation and even sustainability through partnership with oil and gas companies. Now, based on this article via ArabNews.com, the SME sector in Saudi Arabia has seen impressive growth, with 1.31 million SMEs as of quarter 24, 2023, and this is reflecting a 3% quarter-on-quarter increase. And search funds are gaining interest in Saudi Arabia, and they are attracting high-net-worthy individuals and family offices with potential for steady returns. So really interesting development from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, isn't it? Now, based on my understanding, guys, in the next coming decades, I wouldn't be surprised if either Saudi Arabia or United Arab Emirates turns out to be the leader, not just in the Middle East, but probably in the entire world as well. But look, as President Donald Trump wants United States of America to lead the Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence sector as well. So really interesting development at a global scale, in my opinion. So these were the news, guys, on the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB, listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Kilo asks, with China's stricter regulations, what impact do you foresee on global crypto adoption and market movements? Now look, Akil, based on my experience, China has always had love-hate relationship with the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space. Now going back to 2017, this was during the ICO era, they did put an outright ban on ICO, and they did put a ban on Bitcoin mining operations as well. But one thing which I fail to understand, a lot of the Bitcoin mining is still done by Chinese nationals, and even if you look at valid data pool by Ethereum, I would say almost 60 to 70%, maybe even 83% of that is managed by Chinese nationals. Now regarding your question regarding China's role in crypto regulations, let me go ahead and talk about the good side as well as the bad side. Now look, Akil, regarding the good side, I do feel to a certain extent China's stricter regulations could lead to a more mature and secure global cryptocurrency ecosystem, and one way if you look at it by imposing tighter controls, China aims to curb illegal activities such as money laundering, cross-border gambling, and crypto-related fraud. This, in my opinion, Akil, could potentially create a safer environment for institutional investors who I very strongly feel are a bit hesitant when it comes to cryptocurrency, isn't it? And they are a bit apprehensive to enter the market, and this is due to regulatory concern as well as regulatory uncertainty. Furthermore, Akil, I do feel that clear regulations could lead to a more standardized global approach to crypto regulations, and this would promote broader acceptance and adoption. Now, if we actually go through the news, it does clearly state that China's crackdown also emphasizes the need for robust KYC and AML, which I do feel to a certain extent could actually push global crypto platforms to go ahead and improve their security measures and align more closely with traditional financial system. And this level of oversight actually, I feel, might benefit the cryptocurrency market in some way. Maybe in the short term it might create a couple of hiccups, but in the long run I definitely do think it might be great, isn't it? Now that thing being said, Nakil, let me go ahead and talk about the downside of this particular news. Cause look, China's stringent regulation could actually stifle innovation and suppress market growth. And if you look at it, the country has historically been a major player in the mining and trading of cryptocurrencies, and now the regulative crackdown has already led to the shutdown of crypto mining operations, and this has caused a significant drop in Bitcoin's hash rate and could slow down the technological advancement in the space as well. Additionally, Akil, China's approach might create a lot of drama in the global market, and what happens is whenever large nations enforce stricter regulations, it can lead to market volatility and discourage international investors. And if you look at the prices right now, it has been going down since the last few weeks. And one of the things which I worry is that the risk of other countries following what China is doing, that would definitely be not good for the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in my opinion. Moreover, if you look at it, these restrictions could actually drive crypto-related activities underground, making it so much harder for regulators to go out and track illicit activities, and that would potentially harm the long-term development of blockchain and crypto industry in my opinion. So look, I very strongly feel that China's stricter crypto regulations does actually represent a mixed bag in my honest opinion. So it's going to be really interesting to see what is in store in 2025, but definitely a good question. And that's about all guys from the Ask Me Anything Series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 am to 8:30 am, we have Crypto with Coffee podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain and cryptocurrencies. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.